Well, welcome back, everybody. We got the biatch here, and we have the jackass across from me over there. Brett and Laura Shotkavis coming at you, talking all things marriage and entrepreneurship and finances.
So we're talking about today how to never work again.
That sounds terrible.
Well, I want to play a game. I want to play a game for work. It's like Monopoly, right? I want to talk about how I don't think we do any work, how we're just playing a game.
That's an interesting perspective to take. I think most people do not see work that way.
Well, it's because most people work for someone else.
Exactly.
Once you can fire your boss, pick something you choose to do, and then have enough income coming in consistently, and that you relieve all that pressure and stress, then it's a whole different situation. Then it's like, do I want to sleep in today? No, actually, I really love playing the game I'm playing. Let's get up early. Let's hit it. Let's charge. Do I want to get off of work and sit in front of the TV and just kind of lounge it out for a couple hours every night? No, I think that's unproductive. That's a waste of time. I have so much potential energy to build something awesome. And I want to shift away from, you know what, instead of building someone else's dream, 40, 50, 60 hours a week, let me build my own dream.
I think that's why there's so much apathy when it comes to work. You know, when you hear people say, oh, I have to go to work. It's never, I get to go to work. Have you ever heard someone say that? I don't think I've ever heard someone say that. It's always a negative. It's always something that you have to do instead of something that you get to do. And so I think that comes down to what you just said. You're not building your own dream, which is why you're apathetic toward it. I think if you're building your dream, then you would be excited about it. You would want to go. And so I think that's where people are missing it. They don't want to take that risk, I think, to jump in and start their own business. They would rather have someone else take the risk, and they'll ride on the back of that person's risk.
There's always someone who will hire you to build their dream if you are too scared to take the action and build your own dream. Mm-hmm. We were scared, right?
I'm still scared. Just to be completely honest with you. Yeah.
We both quit our jobs when we had our second daughter.
Second. Yeah, you're right.
Second daughter. Mm-hmm. We happened to have just sold our house, and so had enough money to survive for maybe 6 or 9 months or something like that. Mm-hmm. And both quit our jobs, and then we're like, all right, we're going to become entrepreneurs. We're going to learn to flip houses, and had no idea. We got this guy who was our neighbor to like help teach us this thing, and then within about 3 days, we knew that he was full of crap and didn't know what the heck he was talking about. Mm-hmm. So now we're like, okay, well, we just sold our house because you said you'd teach us how to flip houses, and we quit our jobs, and we have a brand new baby. It's like, crap. What are we going to do? Are we going back to waiting tables? Are you going back to the cubicle that you hated and were crying every day? It's like, no, we already burned the boats, right? We're going to figure this crap out. Mm-hmm. And we just screwed up enough times until we got it right one time. And then the next time we screwed up again, a lot of times, but less until we got it right the second time. And then all of a sudden we just started learning and screwing up less times between each time that we had success.
I think that's where most people wouldn't want to take that route. The fear is so built up in their mind that they're going to like lose it all, that they won't take that risk. And so I think that we had each other to lean on, and we both were in it, all in. I think that's the thing, is we both were all in on this goal. And so I think that we didn't leave ourselves any other option. There was no other option. We weren't going to stay waiting tables, and you were going to be a firefighter. I was working for the city. Like, we were going to be so unhappy doing that. And so again, we were going to be unhappy because it wasn't our dream. And so I think that that's really what I want to get across today is, why, if you're unhappy in your position that you're in, why are you doing it? Why aren't you making a change?
Most people are unhappy.
Yes. I would probably say a high percentage of individuals are unhappy with their work, what they're doing for a profession.
Yeah. They might like some aspects of it, but they dread getting up. They're just a slave to the system, right? Mm-hmm. They are building some rich jerk's dream. And maybe he's a nice guy. I hope that I'm a nice, rich guy instead of rich jerk. But nonetheless, people are building our dreams, right? I'm happy to bring great, talented people on, but I'm also happy to encourage them to pursue their own dreams. And so here's the system, here's the framework, right? Do this and this and this, and
go
quit.
Do it.
Go figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Build your own dream.
That's the way it should be. Why would you want your team members to stay with you forever? I really don't think you should want that. You should want the people that are on your team to grow and develop into individuals who can then start their own business. I think that says a lot about the individual boss or entrepreneur. If you are creating other entrepreneurs, that's really what I want to create. I don't want to create other great workers. Like, yes, that's a great aspect about them, but I want them to take all the knowledge and to build something.
So here's the question then. If you're unhappy with your job, or maybe even you like your job, but you know it cannot get you to financial freedom, there is no retirement play. Inflation is skyrocketing through the roof. You have no way to retire and have end-of-life care, put your kids through college, anything like that. You have to do something else, right? We were lucky enough to realize that early, that this system is broken and we need to go around the system and create our own. And I can tell you that it sucked and it was hard for years, but once you put in the work, man, it's fun on the backside here. There is a lot of enjoyment, and this is a game, and it's a game that you get to play for a while, and then you know what? You're like, I'm kind of done with this. Let's start a new game. What problem do we see? What opportunity is there in the marketplace? I have now learned these 4 skill sets, and you know what? If I know that if I learn these 2 more over here, I can attack this new problem that's bigger and it's really exciting to me and there's an opportunity in the marketplace. And then you go and you screw up and you figure it out and then you succeed and then you hire more people and you succeed and you continue to fail, and it's this cycle. But every single cycle, you're getting more profitable, you're getting bigger, you are learning more, adding to your skill set, and you're able to do some really fun and cool things. And business is not work. Business is just a big old game.
We talk about this all the time with our girls. We talk about business ideas, and so we'll always ask them, hey, like if you could have any business, what would it be? And they would, I don't know, a rock business or something. I'm just throwing something out there. Like, okay, perfect. How would you start it? Where would you get your money? Like, how would you get your clients or your customers? What would be your marketing plan? Like we talk about this, and so it's almost like getting their creative juices flowing. They're not thinking of the mentality of, I'm going to go to high school and then college, and then I'm going to get my degree, and then I'm going to go work for somebody else. That's what everybody else thinks. We are teaching them to think outside of the box. We're teaching them to think of, hey, what's the problem that you see? Oh, hey, I see a problem with the veterinarian's office or something. Or maybe the problem I see is the funeral homes. That is a huge problem. I have been in so many of those, and they are dark, they're dreary, they're ugly. Why can't we have them be beautiful?
We're going to have karaoke
right
there in the funeral home.
Come on now. Let's have some life in there. So anyways, find the problem in your market and figure out solutions to it. Just brainstorm, just talk about it. I mean, we do that all the time. Like if you see something that's, oh, I really hate this. Well, what would you do to change it? And then it gets your creative juices flowing. And then I think that actually is exciting. It gets you excited, like, oh, I could actually make a difference. I could actually change this. Then do something about it. Don't just sit on it. Like, take action.
Well, so having gone through this and thinking back when we were brand new to this, you think, okay, I've identified a problem, right? I can do this. I see an opportunity. I have some skill sets, but I don't know how to do the marketing. I don't know how to run the payroll. I don't know how to be a manager. I don't know how to do this part of the thing. And that's going to always be the case. You don't have to learn everything before you take action. You honestly just jump out of the plane and build your parachute while you're falling. It's kind of how it works. I'm pretty sure that's how every successful businessman starts, at least the first go round. You just have to screw it up and figure it out. Mm-hmm. And you know what? You just get around people who are on the same path and journey, and they are going through and building their chute on the way down too. And they're like, hey, you know what? Here, use this, right? Mm-hmm. Let me show you how to pull the ripcord here. And there's nothing stopping you from taking action now if you're in a place where you just can't stand your job, where you know that you're not being fulfilled, either purpose-wise or financially wise. And if I can have one takeaway, it would be to encourage you that there are people that wake up every single day putting in 60, 80 hours a week, and they love it. It is not work to them. They are not looking forward to 5 o'clock to get home and sit on the couch, right? We're looking forward to Monday morning. Let's get the team back together. Let's build something cool. Let's do this, right? Like, look at Elon Musk. He just loves taking on new projects. The guy, honestly, I mean, he must just think it's the funnest thing in the world, building all these businesses. And we think the same way in some respects, right? So much smaller, but nonetheless, like, everyone can do something super exciting if they just say, okay, here's that one thing that I'm really excited about.
What people may misunderstand is that it's not just you, or it's not just me. starting the business. Like if you think about Elon Musk, how many people do you think he has on his team under him? Thousands, right? Thousands of people. So it's not just you alone that's going to do your business, right? You're going to, yes, probably in the beginning, maybe just you until you get a little revenue. And then you can hire one person to do that one thing. And then you go a little bit more, get a little more revenue, hire another person to do the other thing. And before you know it, your business is running and you're not really putting that much action effort toward it. And so I think that's maybe the misunderstanding people have is like, it's all on me. I have to do everything. And I think that, yes, you will in the beginning, but slowly and surely you'll build up that team that's going to carry out the vision that you've instilled in them.
That's a good point, because a lot of people, they'll say like, oh, I'm a business person. No, man, you're a solopreneur. There's kind of a difference there. If you are a plumber and you know how to do plumbing stuff and you go and you quit and you go start your own plumbing business and you have you and an assistant and you are still doing all of the invoicing and doing the actual plumbing work, you are still an employee. You're just an employee of your own company, right? Well, that's not what we're talking about being a solopreneur. We're talking about building a business, building a team around you where you get to be the manager or the CEO. You get to run the numbers, have the weekly meeting, look at all the different stuff. And you're not going to start there, right? You're honestly going to start doing stuff that you really dislike. You're going to have like one thing like, oh, I really enjoy this, but I didn't realize that I had to do all the HR stuff and the payroll and the marketing, and that stuff's a real burden. Yeah, it is, until you grow your team and you hire out the stuff you don't like doing. And this is, you can be a small business, a medium business, and it doesn't take more than a few years really to get to that place. And then you get to that place where now you are really enjoying what you're doing. You have people doing the stuff you really don't like to do. You're able to play this fun game. You're able to have financial freedom. You're able to take those long vacations and trips and really have that free time to do whatever you choose.
I don't really think that anybody's actually ever really ready to start their own business. And I think that might be the quote unquote analysis paralysis that people get, is they try to learn all the knowledge and they try to do all these things so they could be ready to then start their business. It's like having kids. Like, you're never ready to have kids. Like, just have the kids. Like, you're never ready, you know? Like, and so that's something where we just kind of jumped in with both feet. We didn't know anything. Literally, we didn't know anything about real estate, about investing, about finances. We knew nothing. And I think we just slowly built that skill set with books, with masterminds, with podcasts, with all sorts of things just infiltrating in our minds. And I think that's something that you have to do, is take steps toward increasing your knowledge on whatever avenue that you're trying to pursue.
So go find people who can be on your team. They may be a business partner, maybe your spouse, it may be a coach or a mentor, it may be an online program, maybe a mastermind, but get around people who can encourage you and push you forward, and then take massive action. Don't be surprised when it doesn't go your way. It's not supposed to. Life and business are not easy, but persist and you will overcome.